Okay, so I just realized that I forgot to do something. And what I forgot to do is route a space into the wood for the electronics. And so what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to very quickly connect up to my little homemade uh, CNC here and route it up manually. I'm not even going to program anything, and I'm just going to use the manual control while it's on. And I think that should be just fine. This is a MP that I built. It was designed by a guy named Vicious1, and it's really cheap. So I don't have any complaints. I want to upgrade it a little bit so it's more rigid, and so I'll probably do that one of these days, and probably fix some of the problems that I had while constructing it, just because I built it in my kitchen before realizing that it's a little too loud for operating in an apartment complex. And so, yeah, it works just fine, especially for wood. Some metals and things, a little bit of problems, but maybe it's just because I've been using the wrong bits for it. I'm not that great at it. So, anyways, we will get this going real quick, and we'll route that out just manually. So, first I want to kind of lock it down, and so let's do that. So this is just a bit of MDF, sacrificial. I just need that to be tight enough so that it doesn't move around on me too much. Oops. Okay, well, that's not so good. There we go. Alright, that seems good enough for what we're doing. Now, the software I use for this, if you Google MPCNC, you can find out on your own quite easily. But this uses Repetier host, and I need to plug it in. Pardon me. Alright, and I need my controller. So I just built a, you can probably hear that, it's the fans I have blowing on the Arduino to keep it cool. I just got a light dimmer actually that'll handle 500 watts, and this is a 500 watt router on here. And so you can see that's how we turn on and off the router and have it go different speeds and whatnot. Let's see some software, host. Yes, the desktop is messy. I've cleaned it up every now and then, but haven't done so in a little while. Let me connect. Because it's not plugged in. Okay. No. Here we go. Here it is. Whoops. Some coppered piping. It's alright. No. It's telling me COM1 doesn't exist. Well, maybe it's not COM1. Where is it, I wonder? No, smoothing board, that's the thing. Printer settings, yes. COM3 maybe, eh? Let's just put it on auto, I think. It's probably better. Unless it starts trying to control my laser cutter. I don't want that to happen. File. Well, we can see which one it tries to control, and we'll know real quick. So manual control. That's not it. Maybe we're on the wrong COM here. I think it might be trying to control the laser cutter. Give it a quick look. OpenGL. None of that's right. Okay. Sorry to make you sit through this. I'm pretty sure COM6 is the laser cutter, so let's go for COM3. Connection failed. Let's unplug the laser cutter, and we don't have to worry about that one anymore, eh? There we go. Wish it would tell me which one it was. Yeah, that's all right. Okay. Great. And it still doesn't really tell me what column it is, but that's okay. Alright, so if we start moving, excellent, it's moving. Let's get our Z up so we're at the right height. Truck's driving by. How's that looking? Might need to go just up a little bit more. Oh, and we're bottoming out. That's alright. And let's pull it down a bit. Okay, so as you can see, this is how I'm going to control this. I'm just going to turn this thing on, and I'm going to move it around in a square, watching what I'm doing to make sure I don't go too far. So let's move the camera back over to the router. You can see the action as it happens. Alright, that looks okay. We'll zoom in a little bit more, maybe. A little bit more interesting of an angle on here. And it's going to be happening in this area. Hopefully that's not too blurry, just, you know, cheap camera that I'm working with here. The zoom is digital, I'm pretty sure. Alright, here we go. How's that looking? Too far. That looks about alright. We can have the wires go down that far. And let's go 10 too far? Well, a little bit too far. That looks alright. Let's get this thing turned on. And here we go! It's too deep. Oh. Yep. Alright, so clearly we have a problem in that we're not secured enough. Right? It keeps rocking back and forth. And that got us a little closer to this edge than I was hoping for, but it's not a huge problem. But we're going to just quickly secure this a little bit better. I think what we can do is take some screws and drive them in.
I think it should be better just put another block up on against the right side,
well,
and
yeah.
that will kind of clamp it in left right.
Yeah, that might work, and I'll have to put another one on the other side as well, though, because it's gonna.
In the back corner.
Yeah,
I
probably.
see that.
Okay, so as Ryan is suggesting, maybe if we just stick our blocks here and here, it might kind of prevent this problem that we're having.
The taller the better.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking more or less the same thing, but to do so with screws and just have them right up against it. But
maybe screw down a couple pieces of like.
I think I'm gonna do it with
2x4.
screws. I think it's just gonna be a little bit easier. Let's do it this way.
All right.
I don't even know if you can see that because I'm zoomed in, but yeah, it's rocking back and forth, and that's not all right. So we will secure this thing a bit more. Woo! Pushing a little harder than my we go. That's gonna help. Let's get another one over here. Oh, that was a little too far, but that helps. And let's get one maybe in this area. If I can manage it. Hold out space here. Oops. Oh, that angle helps. That's better. It's not great, to be honest. It's kind of a problem when you're CNCing tall materials. It tends to want to use its leverage and move around, but maybe we'll be okay. Let's just give it another little try, and maybe if I take off a little bit less wood at a time, that'll probably also be good. Yeah. So this is definitely an example of not trying to do something correctly, just trying to do something fast, and it's probably going to end up with bad results. That's just kind of how it goes. But I don't want to spend all day on something that's going to be hidden anyway. So let's forge ahead. Here we go. Misclick. No, it's fine. It's alright. Okay, so you probably saw that terrible misclick. Wow, that was horrible. I was looking at the workpiece and trying to click on what was it? Maybe it was a 10 millimeter movement, and my mouse slipped just enough and clicked on the 50 millimeter movement. So yeah, maybe I think you can also control this with the arrow keys, but I'm not real sure, to be honest. Can you? No, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But anyways, yeah, a little misclick there. That's all right, not a big deal. It's all gonna be covered up anyway, so it's not a big deal. So there you have it, a good example of a terrible way to operate a CNC. The best way really is to properly program in a file and have it go at nice increments. Don't just try to ram it down in there. But it's a little bit easier than trying to also do this by hand, because I would have to secure this probably, well, maybe just in the vise, right, which is not terribly hard. But then I also want to try to get it just the right depth, and I gotta get it just the right thing. I want it to be straight, and it wouldn't be straight, and so, wow, it's not the most beautiful thing ever, especially with that misclick there that moved 50 millimeters. But I mean, it's not that bad. You can see, because I was just kind of going, wow, by sight. It's not all the same, depth, but for the most part, it is. It's, oh, you can't see what I'm pointing at. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. So you can see it's not all the same depth, although it mostly is. And so I think that'll be okay for dropping our electronics down in there. I'll probably make a little PCB and have the Digispark as well. I think that's going to be deep enough. I really do. It looks to be slightly less than a centimeter, I think. and I don't think this Digispark is all that thick. And so yeah, that should be okay. And just ignore the ugly spot. Never happened. Wow. So yes, I am heavy amateur. I do this because it's fun, not because I'm being paid. So, you know, sorry for sucking. It's still fun. Okay. So, and it was, you know, especially when you forget something, you don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing something that you forgot to do. You want to get it done quick, and I am a perfect example of why you should not do that. Alright, but I think it's going to be alright. So, on to the next step. Here we go.